There's no direction. I'll show you one video at some point.
Okay.
There's no direction on this podcast.
Perfect.
All 45 people who listen to this won't be mad.
Amazing. I'm excited.
Yeah, they actually are about to stop listening right when I do the 3, 2, 1. That's when they stop. Right when I start the podcast, that's when they stop listening.
That's when they stop listening.
Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, welcome to the Duke It Out podcast, the #1 podcast in a t-shirt shop in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. Today we have a very special guest, Lori Lightfoot's biggest fan, Hannah Belmont.
Don't associate me with her. I don't want anything to do with Lori.
I love her.
You do?
Yes. I listened to Tim Dillon's episode today, praising her for all of the glorious stories she's given us over the past few years. and I now appreciate her for what she really is.
What is she really?
Entertainment.
She is
Pure entertainment.
She looks like an alien, kind of. I remember during COVID, I had a joke that I wanted to get a Lori Lightfoot bobblehead, and my dad almost shot me.
Oh my gosh!
Should we call her Lori?
Is that Lori?
This is Lori. She's gonna drink some high
Gosh.
noons.
He was playing clips of her just going to this one reporter kept saying what do you want to do about the fact that the murder rate is rising? And she was like, I won't accept your propaganda. I won't accept your propaganda in this room. If you're going to ask me a question, ask me a question.
That is a question. God damn it. I love Chicago so much. And then, people are like, your governor is J.B. Pritzker and your mayor is Lori Lightfoot.
The best thing that happened, I don't know anything about politics. I literally only know about Lori Lightfoot because she gave a shitty Yelp review on someone's on a limousine driver, and then the limousine company banned her because she was a shitty customer, and they took the side of the driver because they said that she was just terrible to deal with. It wasn't his fault, and that's how I know she exists.
That's so fucking
While
funny.
being mayor.
A Yelp review?
While being mayor of Chicago, she left a nasty Yelp review.
Dude. That's a lot to take in, I'm gonna be honest. It's so rough because my dad's a Republican, and obviously I'm a fucking bisexual Jewish girl that goes to Oberlin College. So it's I'm always yeah, I fucking hate our Democratic mayor, but I can't appease my father because otherwise it'll be upsetting.
Yeah, you can mention to him that you hate her,
well,
and then that you get half a thing, and you're like, well, we need someone. We aren't going to vote a Republican in here.
Yeah. Well, I'll say I don't like Lori Lightfoot, she's stupid, and he's like, well, you voted for her because you're a Democrat, and I'm like, well, I didn't want this. I just don't want to be hate crimed or discriminated.
I maybe didn't vote, but I'm a real good member of society.
America.
Yeah, I'm great at America, but my dad's talking about. When he wants to get going about his politics, I'm like, yeah, fuck Joe Biden.
Fuck Joe Biden.
Let's have a beer, Dad.
Yes. No, for some reason, because I'm always Republican memes are so stupid because Republican humor is bad, occasionally. But the Let's Go Brandon thing, I was like,
no,
y'all can have this one. It's a little funny.
I think Republican humor was bad, and Donald Trump upped the meme game of the Republicans to the next level. They brought the meme, Donald Trump brought people who weren't Republicans before out of the meme desert sleuths of the deep dark webs of the internet. Just they're just supporting him out of the irony.
Yeah,
he's got he brought internet dark web minions to the world.
Yeah. That internet dark web minions.
Yes.
Are those the purple minions from the sequel to Despicable Me?
Yes, it's the purple minions.
It's the purple minions.
He brought the purple minions from the deep internet out for the Republicans because they never had meme game before.
That's true.
And their meme game, FJB, and then just having Biden clips, Biden talking is also an easy meme.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
it was funny because I remember when he fell off the bike, that was a whole thing, and I thought it was very silly. And then 3 months later, my mom calls me out of the blue and goes, did you see the video of Joe Biden falling off his bike? It's so funny. And I was like, yeah, this came out 3 months ago.
Yeah, but it's also so funny that, you can tell, you could tell my dad, isn't it so funny that Biden fell off that bike and he's like, yeah, that dude's such an idiot. He should never be president. But also, I'm like, it's just funny that an old dude fell off a bike.
No, my dad will do the same same exact thing. Like, he'll be like, this is insane that, like, Biden's doing this. He, like, is in no proper condition to be president. And I'm like, you don't have a hip. Like, you also, like,
I haven't seen you on a bicycle.
Yeah. Like, you have a cane. Like, it's okay.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't. So I was debating. I was like, do I bring up Lori Lightfoot? Does she know politics? And I was like, oh, she goes to an liberal arts school, doesn't she?
Oh yeah, that's all we talk about. Like my like friends at Oberlin are like all from like New York and like LA, and I'm like the only Chicagoan. So it's like I'm the only one with a frame of reference for this specific Chicago politics.
Yeah, for thing. Chicago politics, and like, oh, that's interesting. That's pretty. You feel like there'd be a couple more Chicagos because it really goes. It's like the cities in the country are New York, LA, and then Chicago's kind of a city.
I'd say like there. I think I know probably like 10 people from Chicago, and then I know like 30 people from New York and like 40 from LA. Like it's like there's so many people from like the East and West Coast.
What makes you go from like Chicago, like a nationally like jewel of the country city, and just be like, I want to hang out like in the suburbs of Cleveland?
Good question.
In a little town called Cuyahoga Falls. That's like it's like a city, but it's like a secret city for white people.
A secret city for white people.
Yeah, it's like a fake city.
Yeah, well, I'm from kind of a fake city. Because I'm initially from like the suburbs outside of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Wheaton, and it's like it's a very like Christian suburb, like very like.
So like growing up in Chicago in a Christian suburb, you were in like the Christian gangs, right?
No, well, because I'm Jewish, so
the Christian gangs want to let you in.
No, I was rejected. They didn't accept my application.
Then who did you run the streets with?
Okay, when I say like this is like a suburb like 30 minutes out of Chicago. Like I'm not like in the heart of Chicago.
Oh man, I assumed this whole time you were running it up. You were driving it by. You were just living that Chicago lifestyle.
Driving it by. Yeah, I'm gonna go participate in some Christian drive-bys. I'm gonna shoot someone and then spout a Bible verse at them while they're bleeding out.
Yeah, it's like the Crusades again.
I'm gonna kill someone and then baptize them. That's what we're gonna do.
Baptize them as they're like gurgling their blood. Yeah. They're like, you will go to heaven after this. You weren't gonna go if I didn't do this to you.
Exactly. Like you're fucking welcome. No. But oh yeah, I like completely forgot.
It's a real Christian attitude.
Christian attitude, yeah. I forgot what the initial question was.
Sorry, yeah, I hopped in and I just wanted to mention you might be in a gang because you're from Chicago.
Do I look like me in my pink flannel?
I don't know what gang people look like.
That's fair. I don't either, honestly. I've never interacted with a gang yet.
Yeah,
I've been lucky enough to not cross anyone's path, but
you might have. You never know.
That's true. They could have been
just a casual person, just like off-duty gang.
An off-duty gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm off the clock.
You can't be. I don't think gangs like. I think it's more like.
Do they clock in and out?
I think it's more like a firehouse. Like when you're hanging out, you got like a long 3-day shift, and then like you go do your own thing for a couple of days, and you come. That's how I assume gangs function. It's like a firehouse. Yeah, but it's like a trap house. You hang out at the trap house, you drink beer, you guys try new recipes off TikTok.
Oh yeah, I think that's definitely how gangs work.
I'm pretty sure.
Should we start a gang?
It sounds fun.
We could have one, like a little Cuyahoga Falls gang.
Yeah, we could meet up at the t-shirt shop, and we could pretend like we're selling t-shirts.
And we're actually selling the word of God.
Christian gang.
Christian gang. Did I ever say my name on this podcast?
I did, but you
did?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like for some reason I was like, I don't even remember if I know who I am. If anyone knows who I am.
That's how I feel a year and a half into comedy. Is like when I started comedy, I had like this like podcast confidence where it's like, yeah, I was like, all right, I can do this. I talk in front of a microphone all the time. And then, like, I'm a year and a half into comedy. I'm like, who am I as a person, really?
Literally, that was because I did, like, theater and stuff. Well, I've done theater since way before comedy. And then I started doing comedy. And I was like, yeah, I know what's happening. And then now I'm kind of just like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, well, I try and get, like, I want to write, like, introspective, like, jokes that are really, like, somehow related to my life. And when I think about that sometimes, I'm a 22-year-old guy who has no answer. So I just am thinking about my problems. And there's no jokes coming out of it.
I'm the same way. like, I'll sometimes be like, here's a funny anecdote about my life. And then I'm like, none of these people know who I am.
Yeah,
like, no
if
one
I
gives
say
a
this,
shit.
everyone's gonna think I'm sad.
No, literally. Like, when I first started doing comedy, I wrote a bunch about, like, growing up as, like, one of the only Jewish people in where I lived. And also, like, mental
Isn't that just
health.
being a Jewish person?
That's fair, yeah. I mean, not in, like, certain places.
Okay, New York, yeah.
Yeah,
New York
New
or
York.
LA. You can be in New York or
Is
LA.
there, like, a Jewish, like, neighborhood in Cleveland? Every single time I
Yeah,
say
they got a neighborhood.
Huh?
Maybe. They might have a neighborhood.
It's like Beechwood or something like that. It's like something like with beach in the
I don't
title.
know.
I
Ask
think.
Gabe Gary.
That's true.
Isn't he the other half Jewish person?
Yes, he did. We were talking about it last night while he was yelling at me aggressively about funny stuff, but it was very silly. He was telling me he's like ethnically Jewish.
Yeah, in the last in my years of growing up in Akron, Ohio, I've met 3 half Jews and no full Jews.
That's fair. If you combine them, you get 1.5.
That's true.
Lots of Drakes here. Drake's
there's a
half
lot.
Jewish.
There's a lot. Yeah, I knew that.
I said that and I was like, I don't know.
I mentioned that. We had a conversation in a writer's room where we were trying to come up with jokes, and someone said something. They were talking about David and Goliath, and they were like, "Yeah, but like, was David really a small guy, or was he just a Jew up against a freaking what are they, Viking like dude, you know, like
Yeah.
a giant guy?" and we were trying to list big Jews, like we were like, "Who's the biggest?" Like burliest Jew, you know, we were just listing notable Jews. We were like, Drake is Drake like 6 foot?
Now I'm like trying to think about it. I can't think of a single big Jewish.
Simril's 6'3". We came up with that, but
Simril's okay, but he's like skinny.
He's super tall. That's what John Brown's saying. He's like, he's too twiggy.
Yeah, exactly. No, I can think of like tall Jewish people. I don't think I can think of like thick Jewish people.
Yeah, they don't.
I don't know why I said thick. I
can think of some thick Jewish people.
Like,
there's some actresses.
There's some thick Jews. Like, I can't think of like burly Jewish people.
Nope.
Oh god, now I'm gonna be like thinking about this the rest of the fucking day.
Once you start thinking about the Jews, you can't stop. That's what happened to Kanye.
That's exactly what happened to Kanye.
He just started thinking about him and he thunked too hard.
Maybe that's why Kanye's trying to like go DEFCON 3 on them, because they're the only like he's like slightly bigger than us. Like that's the only people he is. Because he's tiny too.
He is a little dude. Yeah.
How tall is he?
He's got to be like 5'8", 9", something like that. Like
that would mean Kanye is an inch taller than me, which I honestly believe.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. You know, Kanye thinks faster than the average person. Did you listen to his Joe Rogan episode?
He has a Joe Rogan episode?
Years back, like 3 or 4 years back. And it's when he's putting out his Catholic album, his Christian album.
Yeah.
And he talks the whole episode. Like,
of course.
3 hours of just him spewing ideas. He thinks so much faster than, like, the average person. So he saw a documentary about the Jews with a conspiracy, and he just started thinking too much. And what happened was he got a little confused.
Along the way, something was wrong.
He got a little confused, and he took a bad take.
Wait, honestly, that kind like
he needs to go back and do a duty. He needs to do a couple shifts back at the trap house, and
you know what I would. Sorry, I just
cook up a couple meals with the guys.
Cook up a couple meals with the boys,
and it'll be good.
I would pay so much money to see Kanye and Ben Shapiro debate.
Oh my gosh.
Could you fucking imagine? Because they both think and talk so fast.
Oh my gosh.
And they hate each other.
I can't watch Shapiro too much.
Well,
every once in a while, I will, like, it'll be like an interesting debate with like him. Like there's actually a good topic that he's on, and he's on a cool forum. But sometimes I don't like his voice.
He's just annoying. Well, because he does that like whole thing where he's just like, his strategy
that Jew thing.
Hateful. So he does the thing where he just like will just like talk at you and just talk super fast with authority. So like nothing that he says makes like actual sense, but he's just like talking with so much authority that you think it does.
I don't like those any of the debater people, because I feel like they actually don't talk about anything.
Yeah, they're just like annoying.
I kind of like Jordan Peterson. Like, I mean, I'm a 22-year-old white guy. I mean, what do you expect? You know,
I've never even looked at Jordan Peterson, so I have no clue.
He gets.
Is he one of the sexist ones, or is he like normal?
A little bit,
okay.
Maybe a little. You could say that. I don't think so. I think he's like a young men's advocate for like what he's focusing on young men's mental health, and like so like he can come off as sexist with some of his points. Some people take it that way. I don't think he is personally, but I like him in debates because he's a slow talker and he's very insightful when he speaks. But he's caught some flack because he called like the uh plus size models not beautiful and stuff like that.
That'll get it. That'll do it.
So,
That'll do it.
So he's caught some flack, but I mean, if that's his take, I wouldn't put it on Twitter. But if that's his take, that's his take.
Like if that's his take, but don't be a dick about it, I guess. But
yeah, but I like him because he gets he'll actually like talk and you can hear him when he's debating people, and he destroys people like when they do that talking fast at him, he comes back at him so slow that he spins them around. Mm-hmm. But he gets so emotional, you see him tearing up. He's really means what he's saying, and he's so like.
I kind of think that's kind of fucking hilarious.
He's trying really hard.
I'm trying to think of like, if when he was saying that mean thing about plus size models, he was like crying about it.
No, well, he just tweeted, "Sorry, not beautiful."
Oh, wait, that's just mean though.
Yeah.
Why would you say that online? That's
yeah,
so
it doesn't. Yeah, he was trying to have a point, but when you get into the when people get on the internet, they lose a part of their humanity.
Oh,
a part of your humanity is gone when you're because there's so many times when I'm in I'm like thinking about leaving a comment. I'm like, wait, would I ever say this to somebody?
No, literally. I get so angry when I read certain things online where I'm like, I'm going to comment the meanest thing and then I don't end up commenting it because I'm like, I feel bad.
Okay, what riles you up? What gets you going? Gets you you have to get off the internet.
Ben Shapiro is one of them just because he does because his arguments are so stupid that it's just, and he just does the talking fast thing to have authority. I do get mad when people say the thing, kind of the thing Jordan Peterson said about the plus size model, stuff like that, where it's just being a dick for no reason.
It does.
That shit pisses me off. And also when people are just blatantly wrong, I'm just why are you spouting this online? Go do some fucking research. But
also you get so many views for being blatantly wrong on the internet.
Maybe I should just say something that's incorrect on the internet.
That's what this podcast is.
Well, one time my ex-boyfriend got really mad at me because I asked him if Jesus had wings. Because,
Good question.
It could have happened. And he got, angry. Because he was, a Catholic. And it's, I've worked on... Because I used to, growing up, people would just, tell me I was going to hell for being Jewish. And I'm not even that Jewish. They would just, say it. So I, grew up very nervous around, religion. And so as I've gotten older, I feel like I've countered that by just making jokes about it. And they don't get received too well sometimes.
Yeah, so I went to Catholic school from kindergarten to senior year of high school.
Woo!
I went to religion class every day.
Did Jesus have wings?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not according to the Catholics.
All right.
But Catholics get on my nerves in a way that no other religion does. Religion in general to me, I just don't care that much. Mm-hmm. It's something I'll figure out later.
Yeah.
I'm busy right now. Mm-hmm. But
do I have time for Jesus? Not today. Check back next Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have time. But oh my God, Catholics will get on my nerves so much just because I was around them so much. So I see all that. Most people in their religion are hypocrites to their religion. Pretty much everyone. I think majority of people of every religion. I don't care if you're a Buddhist or a Muslim or any religion, whatever it is. Most of the 90% of the people who say they're that religion just aren't following the rules and they just say it. Mm-hmm. But Catholics, the people who do that, who just say it, they'll still judge other people. They'll still accuse, they're not following the rules, and they'll still just be you guys are fucking going to hell. Mm-hmm. And that just irks me.
No, that pisses me off. Because I'm as of right now, I'm of the mindset of just fucking do whatever makes you comfortable, believe whatever you believe, just don't be rude about it, that's just the vibe I go with. But there's it's so weird when people will be you need to convert right now. And I'm just okay.
Yeah, I don't like that. I really respect the people who actually go hard and live the lifestyle of whatever. I don't care what religion it is, but the people who go hard and dedicate their lives to some type of you want to be a part of a greater purpose, and you want to dedicate your life to being happy, and if you were a monk or a Catholic who actually lives by the rules of the Bible, and if you actually do the things, most of the shit in there is good.
Yeah.
Not everything in there is hate the gays, but most of it's good, and most of it's like, give to people. If you actually just do the stuff, I respect those people a lot. But most people just talk about it and just judge people with their religion. It freaking irks me.
Yeah, I've met a couple people who are like very devout and like super nice about it. Like I one time had this one friend who I used to work with.
The people who are real about it are nice.
Oh, they're so nice. Like I had this one friend I used to work with, and like she was like the sweetest person. I think she was Christian. I can't remember like what denomination, but I remember like one day we went out to dinner, and like she was like, because we were both in like long-term relationships at the time. I was with my ex and she's still with the guy, but she was like, so have you guys like had sex? And I was like, yeah. She was like, what's that like? And it was like very pure and like non-judgmental, and I was like, oh, that's so adorable. Like, I'm glad you're living this like pure lifestyle. And
not
like,
what it's hyped up to be.
The sex or the purity?
The sex.
So you were like, purity?
No.
I
I want my purity back. I want to be a born again.
You want to be a born again?
I don't know how to do it.
You should get a chastity ring.
I should get a chastity ring. And then I can be a good example for my daughter.
Yes, for your daughter that was conceived. You know that thing I did to create you? Don't do it.
I quit after you.
You made me stop. How do you feel?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Did you have any trouble getting in here in the rain?
No, I'm a good rain driver. Honestly, I'm shocked that I haven't gotten in a car accident in my 20 years of existence.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's really hard driving in the rain as a woman.
Oh. Why? Because I'm on my period? What does that mean?
I just wanted to be sexist for a second.
Okay, that's fair. No, I'm like a decent driver.
I'm trying to do what those people who irk you on the internet do.
Oh,
I'm trying to get viewers.
Are you trying to? You should try and be Andrew Tate. Say something Andrew Tate would say.
Andrew Tate?
Yeah, the human trafficking guy.
Yeah, I can't do Tate. He's like
most people shouldn't like Andrew Tate.
Well, it's just hard because his thing's like, make that bitch bring you 2 coffees and only drink 1.
Yeah,
like that's literally.
And then traffic the bitch.
Oh man. And then traffic her. Make her drink the other coffee, spike it, and sell her.
Sell her on the internet.
I know he didn't. I know it was just like an illegal. Like it was like he had like. It wasn't like he was like selling women, but he like wasn't. He had like some type of like prostitution.
Yeah, it was like.
And he wasn't paying and he wasn't doing it the legal way.
Yeah, the legal way, the right way to do prostitution.
Prostitution should be legal.
I don't know enough about I think prostitution should be legal in some cases, because there's still some like instances of like human trafficking. I think once there's like a good like,
well, that's what legalization would try to, like, the goal of legalization is to get rid of the trafficking.
Well, no, I know, but I'm saying it could possibly still happen with legalization.
Oh, I mean, obviously,
but
it'd probably be better.
That's true.
If America was just like, hey, but like if America makes it legal, each state doesn't have to. Utah's not going to legalize it. Vegas right away.
Mormon prostitution. No,
Mm-hmm.
I think like. Is it like, because isn't there like the red light district in, where is that, Amsterdam?
Amsterdam, yeah.
Amsterdam?
Red light district.
Red line district, god damn it. But no,
I've done my research.
You're planning the trip for next month when you get your chastity ring.
Yeah.
You're just gonna look. You're gonna window shop.
Mm-hmm.
No, I feel like if I ever end up looking into this issue anymore, I'd probably study like what their rates of human trafficking are, because I haven't looked into it enough.
So yeah, the thing is, all those girls are well paid.
Mm-hmm.
They make every guy that signs up to get it. You have to get a test right there. You can't. They can't give you anything. They can't. There's security. You can't get murdered and kidnapped. So it protects the women who are involved in it, because prostitution's the oldest freaking job. It's the oldest. It's the oldest profession. That's what everyone says.
Yeah.
So
they put it on LinkedIn.
It's not going to go away. And if they put it on LinkedIn, we'd be all better.
We would be better. They don't even have theater jobs on LinkedIn, though. Do you think they're going to give, like, prostitution LinkedIn recognition before theater?
I don't know. Maybe
kind of prostitution.
Maybe OnlyFans will expand into like all forms of sex work LinkedIn.
Yeah.
OnlyFans just stops doing the you're no longer selling photos on there. You're just networking between, there's people who do photos, there's people who do prostitution.
Find, like, porn partners.
Yeah, porn partners.
Honestly.
It's a whole OnlyFans just says, screw it, we're getting out of this this subscription game. Everyone's doing this now. We're the first ones because they were ahead of the curve.
They were
on the subscriptions, like like it's what is it, unbanned subscriptions, adult subscriptions, whatever it is. So they were ahead of the curve. They just need to get ahead of the curve on the entire adult industry. If you're a dildo pusher, you need to meet other people who push dildos so you can push the best dildos. You can't have.
You guys should print dildos in here.
That's what we should turn this into a dildo shop.
Dude, I think honestly maybe this should be like a business venture we get a bunch of people in on. We make like LinkedIn for OnlyFans. Yeah, so that way you can find OnlyFans partners. Perfect. That's kind of genius. Honestly, why haven't they made this yet? OnlyFans?
Yeah, what are you guys doing? You guys need a LinkedIn section so these people can communicate. Because OnlyFans doesn't even have like there's no like rankings page. Like you can't go like if you get on OnlyFans. I've actually never gotten OnlyFans or anything, but I did some like research. There's no promotion. Like on Instagram, the most popular people are going to show up on your feed even if you follow no one.
Yeah.
On any other social media, the only way to get people to find your page is if they have your link. So it's all on the OnlyFans, whoever's running the OnlyFans to get the people. That's why it's like the safest and best way for a girl to like use one of those agencies that like puts your link around on like Reddit and stuff, because you don't want to post it and have some creep from high school track you down and try and kill you,
Yeah, that is terrifying. That is interesting though. I've never used OnlyFans. I've always just like heard about it.
Yeah.
I feel like they won't go in the business prostitution direction though, just because they were like,
they definitely won't it.
Well, because for a while they were trying to like drop porn completely, and everyone was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like that's stupid."
Yeah, they'd lose like. I mean, we have Patreon already.
Exactly.
We don't need another Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon is fine as it is.
Yeah, Patreon does the non-nudity, and I think you can even do some nudity.
Yeah.
But Patreon's culture is just different.
Yeah, I feel like Patreon can have that monopoly. We don't need any competitors in that market.
Yeah, because then it just makes it worse for everyone who's getting on like, oh, your podcast has an extra segment on Patreon. Our podcast has an extra segment on OnlyFans. That means it splits the listener base between two apps, and then everyone who's on Patreon and OnlyFans is losing out because two companies are involved in it.
That's true. It'd become like a Hulu Netflix thing.
Exactly. Yeah. No one, Hulu doesn't compare to Netflix. Who are you kidding?
Okay, I mean, like, you know what I mean. Streaming services versus other streaming services.
Yeah.
HBO Max and Netflix?
Netflix and HBO Max could compare. HBO Max is more select.
HBO Max is better shows, though.
It's better shows, and it's, like, people who care about the quality of their show get HBO Max. People who don't give a shit, they're on Netflix.
Yeah, well, because
or people who don't have a lot of money, you want to see at least Netflix and HBO Max. You're like, I'll like get around to watching those. That's what I am.
HBO Max, it's like I'll use my friend's login.
Exactly,
like that kind of thing.
I think Disney Plus will be as good as Netflix.
Really?
Eventually.
I don't know, because
they own everything.
Well, they own everything, but it's like I don't watch, like, the only time I watched stuff on Disney Plus was when my ex really liked like the Marvel shows, so he'd make me watch them with him. And they were, like, fun, but, like, that's the only time I've used Disney Plus. I watch
all the Marvel movies when they come out on there. I don't watch their shows. I watch the movies when they come out on there. And then, like, they have we were watching some, like, classic, like, 2000 Disney, like, comedies, and, like old Disney stuff was pretty cool. And then, the nature documentaries. I love they have good nature documentaries.
Fun.
Netflix does too. Everyone has good nature documentaries. Or maybe Amazon. Amazon probably compares to Netflix, but you gotta buy everything.
Well, Amazon's like fucking, the interface is horrendous. Like I don't like the setup of the website at all.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Netflix and HBO Max are most similar in like the way it's set up and like the quality of stuff. Because like I've been watching actually no, I don't think I've used Netflix in a minute, because the four shows I've been rotating between right now, 3 of them are on HBO Max. One of them is on YouTube because it's Dance Moms. But the other 3 are South Park, High Maintenance, and The Last of Us. And those are all on HBO Max.
Yeah, I want to watch The Last of Us.
It's so good.
I never played the games, but I've only ever heard good things.
Well, it's one of the only like video game adaptations that like pays extra special attention to like the detail and like really cares about the source material. Like I never played the games, but a couple of my friends did, and I've seen some like clips where they cut like side by side cutscenes. It's like insanely accurate. Like you could tell the people.
Well, and that's one of the most like good. Like it's one of the. It was like at the time, especially, it was like one of the like most reviewed games for having a great story.
Yeah.
Like it was it was like captivating.
Yeah.
If they made a Grand Theft Auto 5 freaking series, I'd watch it. I'd watch a season of that. Have you ever played that?
I've never played Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, the story mode's so good. I'm replaying it right now because the game's been out for like 8 years, and I went back and I'm playing it again, and it's pretty cool. It's like these two dudes used to do robberies together, bank robberies, like 15 years ago. The one dude faked his death and got out of the crime. He faked his death and like sold out his buddies, and he's like has like a shitty marriage and shitty 20-year-old kids. Who's just like a millionaire who just has been retired, and he's in his 40s and he hates his life, and he's just and then there's just a guy who's like and then there's another guy who is he's like in a gang. He's in a gang, and they run into each other and happen to meet each other through some random circumstances. And then they start. He like gets him. The like gang member is like, I don't want to be in a gang. I want to make money like you. You got to show me the ways. And he was like, he helps him out, and then like the guy who used to run heists with him finds out, and then the story just gets crazy. And it's like, and the whole time you're like robbing banks and committing crimes, breaking people out from jail. So like it would be a super cool 1-season show.
I could see that. Well, because I remember like the only time I ever heard about Grand Theft Auto was like all my my younger brother and all his friends wanted to play it, and they were all like, I want to play this game, and then our parents were like, no, like we're not letting you because you run over prostitutes with your car and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what video game adaptation I'm insanely excited for, and this is gonna sound so fucking stupid. They're making a Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
That probably be good.
It will be good because guess what? Matthew Lillard is playing Purple Guy.
Oh shoot! I've never played Five Nights at Freddy's.
So he's playing like the villain guy.
Yeah,
essentially.
I'm a scaredy cat.
A scaredy cat. I tried playing it. I'm just like I'm also a scaredy cat, but I like watching like Markiplier play it. Like,
okay,
as nerdy as it sounds.
Yeah. He's like one of the biggest YouTubers in the world.
Oh yeah. But it's still very like nerdy to be like I like watching Markiplier Let's Plays, even though it's like fun. But like when I found out that Matthew Lillard, because like for context, my first like crush ever was like Matthew Lillard as Shaggy and Scooby-Doo,
oh my gosh,
which formulated my taste in men for a while. It's no longer my taste in men, thank God. But it's like that was like very like he's like a very important aspect of my life. I've seen the live action Scooby-Doo movie. I think
Shaggy
20 times.
from live action Scooby-Doo.
Yes,
huh?
And then I watched Scream for the first time recently. But I love Matthew Lillard. And then like I found out that he was playing Purple Guy in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I started crying. Like there were tears in my eyes. Like I saw it, and like there are so many like funny TikToks about it because it's like. It's fucking Shaggy being in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. And apparently Josh Hutcherson is also going to be in it. Which I don't know who he's playing, but that also sounds interesting.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be pretty good. I might have to see it. I get so scared. I'm a little baby. I don't like scary movies. I can't watch them before bed. I gotta watch something silly after, or else I'll have a bad dream.
That's fair. I love scary movies. I don't like playing scary video games. I'm really bad at video games. The only video game I'm good at is Minecraft.
Yes, I've been playing Minecraft with my girlfriend a lot lately.
I fucking love Minecraft. Dude, I'm trying to get my boyfriend to play Minecraft because he has a really good Minecraft TV. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it's like low to the ground. It's huge. It's like, okay, I could sit on the floor and play and like make a beautiful world.
Yeah.
It would be perfect. But I like have tried playing horror video games before. Like my friend group, my old friend group did a group playing of Resident Evil 8 when it came out.
Okay.
And the only thing I did was shoot the chickens and give them to Duke. Like the Duke guy, I think his name is. But that was my only job in Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's like when I'm playing Minecraft with my girlfriend. I'm trying to get her to play survival mode. I wanna like building a house is fun and all, but I wanna like beat the dragon.
Oh yeah.
And so like she doesn't know how to play anything other than building the house. So I'm like, all right, you build the house. I'll do everything else.
Hell yeah.
I'll keep us alive. And then eventually you're going to have to fight this dragon with me.
No, usually like doing, I'm really bad at building because like, I don't know, my brain doesn't work in like building things. I like mining though. Mm-hmm. Mining is my favorite. And hunting, I like shooting chickens and then making chicken. It's very fun to me. And farming, I like farming.
Farming, yeah. I don't mind the farming. Mining is just mind numbing. You just sit there and you're like,
I like it though because there's like a strategy to it sometimes. It's because it's like, especially on the computer, because there's like you have to go to a certain like coordinate and then like just go around. This is like so fucking nerdy.
Yeah, we should probably stop talking about this. We've
been talking about Minecraft for a minute.
No one's listening anymore. They all left.
They're all playing Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They all went to play Minecraft.
They're all looking at the Five Nights at Freddy's Shaggy memes.
Man, speaking of, that's so funny. 2 people have been had some sexual experiences with Scooby-Doo characters in my last episodes. Liam Salvage had a dream that he got a blowjob from Scooby-Doo. A miniature Scooby-Doo, so we found out it's Scrappy-Doo.
Like Scrappy? Oh, that's like worse. Was he Scrappy?
But yeah, he texted us all. He goes, guys, I got a blowjob from Scooby-Doo in my dream.
That's so upsetting. I hate that.
It's alright. My other buddy got raped in his dream.
By Scooby-Doo?
No, but he passed the guy on campus who raped him in his dream today.
That's always awkward. I think I've like had that happen to me before. I've like, oh god, I've had like, dude, I one time had like a sex dream about like this like, oh my god. Actually, you're close to my age, so you might know who this is. Do you know who Onision is?
Mm-mm.
Oh god, he's like this horrible YouTuber. He's like known for just being like a generally bad person, super cringy.
Maybe I'd love him.
No,
I love terrible people.
No, but he's like terrible in like a not entertaining way. Like it's like terrible in like a
not Lori Lightfoot. It's not like Lori.
No, it's not Lori. It's like an Andrew Tate kind of horrible. But he hasn't trapped. Actually,
he was entertaining for a second.
Like for like a bit. This guy's less entertaining. But I had a sex dream about him, not Andrew Tate. This guy Onision, and I told my friends, they didn't let me live it down for like years. Like this was like 4 years ago.
Oh yeah,
and I'm still hearing about it.
I don't think I can ever see Scooby-Doo without thinking of Liam ever again.
I also think that was it live action Scooby-Doo or was it the
animated?
It was animated. Okay, so that's a little better.
He got a blowy from an animated Scooby-Doo, but it was Scooby-Doo, but mini.
But it wasn't Scrappy.
It wasn't Scrappy, but we're convinced it was.
I hate Scrappy-Doo.
He's the bad guy. What do you mean?
He's awful. I hate him.
In the second live-action movie, he's a freaking...
In the first live-action movie, he's the bad guy.
In both?
Was he also...
Wait, is the first one the island?
The first one's the island.
Oh, the second one's the worst one then.
Yeah.
Okay, then I like the island.
Where is Mr. Bean is in it. And
yeah, the second one's like a giant like frog thing, right?
Yeah, that guy.
It's not as good.
It's not as good. I love the first... Like, it's still good for a sequel, but the first one is so good.
So, my girlfriend likes Outer Banks, and I don't.
I haven't seen it, but it doesn't look good.
Yeah, people like it. The characters are hot, and... It's just boring writing. They're just like solving these they're like finding these ancient they're finding mysteries. It's like National Treasure with hot teenagers.
Okay. Are you saying Nick Cage isn't hot or a teenager?
Yeah, they're just looking for these old treasures or whatever. But and like it's like a drama. So like there's like bad guys and guns and whatever. It's just like not that good of a show. Mm-hmm. And it's
Riverdale, like kind of.
Yeah. So when I watch it, I just call it I call it Scooby-Doo because they drive a Volkswagen Bug and I'm like, they're just trying to solve mysteries. It's literally Scooby. So she gets mad because I call Outer Banks shitty Scooby-Doo remake. So
that's funny. Do they have a dog in it?
No.
Oh, so it's worse.
Yeah, it's worse. There's no dog.
The only thing my roommate made me watch part of an episode last year, but I remember too there was one girl that she was popular on TikTok because her lip was up like this. And so, girls would, take eyelash glue and then glue their lip up like this because everyone thought it was, hot. And it was, this weird fucking trend. And that's, the only thing I know about Outer Banks.
Yeah, the girl and the guy, the main character, girl and guy are both hot. Mm-hmm. So...
I think that's the appeal of the show.
Yeah, they're hot. I mean, all the characters are hot. Like, the guy's John B.
Hotter than Lori?
No one's hotter than Lori. The guy's John B. I just, that he's as hot as Fred. That's what
he's as hot as Fred. That's so funny.
All right, let me show you this Instagram. I forget what I brought up, so this might be terrible.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. No.
Technical difficulties?
Yeah. Is it still recording?
I don't know.
I pulled the cord out, so...
Oh, no.
Yeah. I gotta pause. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Guys, I yanked a cord out of the computer. I don't know what I did. I really messed it up. And then it took me like 15 minutes to figure out how to fix it because I kept messing it up after that. So we're back. We've been here just podcasting without you.
Yeah, you guys have missed out.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe the hilarious stuff we talked about when you were gone.
The crazy anecdotes and quips. Lori came to life for a second.
She did. She actually is the one who yanked the
Lori
cords
actually
out.
sucked my dick during the break, so you guys missed a lot.
Yeah, they missed a whole lot. All right, you ready for this?
Yes.
This clip finally? All right.
Dude, this clip has been hyped up
This
so
clip
much.
it's going to be so disappointing, but this
It might not be.
I save fun things for my Instagram to show people on my podcast. Here you go.
Is that a kid? What the fuck is going on? What just happened? Is there a story behind that?
All I know is I was on Instagram and the biggest woman I have ever seen threw a bike on another lady and I had to save it.
Why did the lady what did she do?
I don't know. It's just the biggest woman I have ever seen. I don't know
starts
how she's not in the WNBA.
No, literally. That is a tall ass woman.
She's definitely like 6'6". That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
little. That's a mountain bike and it looks tiny.
that what the fuck?
And she just rode up on this other lady and
Just
starts smacking her in the
fucking
head,
wailing on her.
throws her to the ground, and then slams her bike on her.
That video should be in the SAT. Like, you know how you gotta like analyze like passages? I think we gotta analyze that video on the SAT next.
I mean, honestly, that most high school students would probably do better analyzing that video
Than
than the
us.
SAT at
Yeah.
this point.
Like, I don't even know what. Like, I can't even think of what the situation was.
But if you're gonna throw your bike at someone, it is super badass to grab it back up and ride away.
yeah, that's pretty sick.
Man, I wonder where that was. I sometimes dream of meeting this woman.
I have her on the podcast.
I would have her. I'd let
If
her
this
throw
woman
her.
is on here,
I'd let her throw her bike on me.
if on the podcast,
Yes, on the podcast.
if you're out there, come to Cuyahoga Falls and fucking beat the shit out of Duke. Make your baby watch it. Be like,
This is me trying my best.
make your child watch it and be like, see, this is why he's not having sex anymore.
This is what I do for you to get views on the internet, so one day I can make internet money.
I want to be a family vlogger. God damn it!
I should make like little like just like recap videos like month 1, month 2, month 3 of a baby, but
Oh.
like as a comedian.
That'd be fun. Like, I
Like
think
she
that'd be
fucking
good.
shits all the time.
Dude, she vomited today. Sick as fuck.
Yeah, I'd have to go back for month 1 and 2, but I could just start taking notes, moving. That's a.
Honestly, that'd be kind
Yeah.
of fun.
If I ever am dependable, I'll create content.
Yes, do it. Become a family vlogger. I feel like I would be a funny family vlogger, except I don't know if I want kids. Actually,
Pregnancy's hard.
it sounds terrifying. I don't want to be pregnant, but I want kids. I'd adopt. I
Yeah.
want to adopt kids.
Pregnancy's it's super hard on a woman.
Oh, yeah.
like it's not easy on.
It sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I mean you got to think. You got to start. You can't eat for 3 months. You can't eat anything because you're freaking sick all the time.
Yeah.
And then for 3 months after that, you're the hungry. For the next 6 months, you're the hungriest you've ever been.
Yeah, and you
for the-
can't smoke weed.
You can't smoke weed, and for the last 3 months, you can barely move. Like
Yeah.
you just can't. You can't sit up the same. Your belly's in the way of your like normal daily movements.
It sounds terrible. So my mom had a hard time giving birth to me because my dad is 6'5" and my mom is 5'1". So I'm 5'7". I got stuck in my mom's vagina when I was coming out. Like my head
Yeah,
got
her-
stuck, and so my head came out looking like a soup can.
Dang, your mom's like tiny compared to you.
Oh, she's
You-
tiny. She's
you
like
look,
100
You look
pounds.
down at your mom.
I do look down. She wears heels all the time, but she is fucking tiny.
Is your mom the Jewish one?
Yes, my mom's a Jewish one.
Oh, so you're really Jewish.
I am very Jewish. That's because in Judaism, it's passed down through the mom.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
dad's Catholic.
I knew that from Judaism. I took world religions
Oh.
at my Catholic high school. I
I'm
know
so
all about
sorry.
all of the religions.
You are a worldly man. I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
I know all about it.
Do you think Lori's Jewish?
No, Lori doesn't like the Jews.
What do you?
Lori's the second person from Chicago who hates the Jews.
The second who's the first person?
Kanye.
Oh, I forget he's from Chicago.
How do you forget that Kanye's from Chicago?
I try to not think about
Kanye. Chicago's poster child until he started saying crazy shit a couple years ago. And
that's fair. Well, I feel like Chance the Rapper was way more of Chicago's poster child because that was like
he was after probably. You got to think. I mean, it wasn't that much after. Chance was probably like what 2012, 20. Oh yeah, 2012 and on. But before that, it was Kanye.
But I wasn't like paying attention to rap when I was 10 years old.
Oh man, my parents didn't listen to music really. So I got my own iPod. I'm like this like little Catholic school 5th, 6th grader, and I don't know any music. I asked my dad what he listened to when he was in high school, and he told me Eazy-E, NWA. Just like the most hardcore rap from the 90s. And like he told me that, but that was actually after I asked my older brother, and I listened to what my older brother who was in high school listened to at the time. So I listened to like just straight Drake and Lil Wayne and Eminem. So I was just a little like my first music my own music, it was just Drake, Lil Wayne, Eminem, and I'm like this little white kid on a Catholic school bus with all these other kids are listening to John Mayer, and I'm like over here like I'll shoot you. No wonder I was literally like the hoodlum of my 27 person Catholic school.
That's so funny.
I was starting fights on the playground, and
now you're a father.
Mm-hmm.
You can train
your child. And now I'm the first father. I'm
exactly
what they expected. They expected me to.
You should train your child to fight other kids.
Now you're talking. Now we can make some money.
You know what you should do? You know how like people play like
jiu-jitsu.
Oh hell yeah! You know how like people like will play Beethoven through the womb like to their kids to make them smart. You should have done that with like Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I just I tried to sing the lullaby that I was gonna sing to her to put her to sleep. So like she already knew it when she was born, but I didn't do it enough that she like really knew it. But she kind of knows it. She knows it now that she's 2 months old. But
hell yeah,
she didn't. I didn't. You got to do it every day for something like to play something like that.
That sounds like intense. You should like get your kid to like have their first like word be like a rap lyric.
No, I just want it to be dad over mom. That's my only goal right now is to beat her in this name contest. It's usually dad.
Well, because duh is like a way easier sound to make than muh. Like when you're first born. I think my first word was duh.
Yeah. They actually say that babies look like their dads first because it's like a genetic thing that makes fathers stick around.
That's so funny.
Like we genetically need to be like, all right, this thing's probably mine. It's the same thing with the you're not a full Jew if your dad's just a Jew, you know.
That's true.
That's why, you know.
That's why. I guess. I feel like I don't know if I looked like either of my parents when I was born because I had my fucking soup can shaped head from being stuck in a vagina.
Yeah, you had to wear a helmet.
I did not have to wear a helmet. I probably should have, though.
Probably should have put
I probably should have. Based on my current mental issues, the helmet was probably necessary, but I didn't wear one. We should give Lori a helmet.
A helmet for Lori?
Dude, I want to, like, stab her with my fingernail.
What is she going to do next? What does she move on to now that she got 17% of the vote, like the lowest vote ever?
I don't know. Dude, I can't believe she's married. Like, doesn't she have a wife?
She's gay, yeah.
Well, I knew she was gay, but I can't believe
she's got a wife.
I can't believe that. I guess she's just gonna go home to her wife.
Yeah, you can't.
No, I can't.
You know how many friends you have that like have terrible taste in men?
Yeah.
There's a lot of those. There's those for women too. There's girls who have terrible taste in women out there.
That's fair. I just feel like it's less.
Lori's got dough.
That's true.
Lori's
money.
A
sugar mama.
Yeah, Lori's got money, and she's got a bad attitude. And some girls
She leaves Yelp reviews for limo services.
She probably gaslights and like
gatekeeps and girl bosses.
Yeah, so like she probably gaslights her wife, and kind of treats her like crap a little bit. But she's got one of those wives that like has like daddy issues, so she's that's all she's used to, and she just. That's normal to her. No, she's a good person deep down. She really is.
I can't believe we're psychoanalyzing Lori Lightfoot's wife on this podcast. We've talked about religion, politics, and we're psychoanalyzing Minecraft, Scooby-Doo, and now we're talking about psychoanalyzing Lori Lightfoot's wife.
This is the #1 podcast in a Cuyahoga Falls t-shirt shop.
That's true. I think Lori Lightfoot's Mrs. Lightfoot, if you're out there, come
on the podcast.
You can kiss Lori. We'll let you. She'll give you. She'll eat
We'll
your pussy. We'll let it happen.
We'll put a short wig on her.
Yeah. You can leave a Yelp review.
We'll
for
give her a
us.
bob for ya.
Bob. We'll do her eye makeup. You should put makeup on. We should put lashes on.
You think
her.
Lori's the more dom in the relationship? She's a dom.
I don't know. Well, I don't know what her wife looks like.
Well,
Is the
being
thing.
mayor, you think pantsuits, professional.
That's true. But it could be a front.
It could be because there's all those businessmen, like those
Yeah,
CEOs
that like to be like that hire like dominatrixes
that
and
they
stuff.
want a bike thrown on them by a giant woman like that. That's literally what gets CEO.
They get like the financial dominatrixes.
The,
Like
the CEO saw that video and was like, "Oh my god,
fuck!
I gotta go into the dominatrix now,
Yeah.
and I'm bringing my bike."
I'm bringing my bike. Oh my god! I'm bringing my. I want someone to do that, but with a tricycle.
Yeah, in college, I always sent this video around. There was this video. It's like a house burning down, and then it switches to a dominatrix beating the crap out of some guy's balls. And in college, I just used to think it was so funny to text like someone I had just like a friend I just made that week and be like, "Dude, look how crazy this is." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, house fire!" They start watching it, and then
Is that why you dropped out of college? Because too many people were like, "This guy's a fucking freak. We can't talk."
well,
to
that's
him
how I
anymore."
know if you can really be my friend. If you send laughing faces back, we're friends. If you
Fuck
don't,
yeah.
if you don't,
What's the best reaction you've gotten to that?
a replied video of just like people who will reply a video that's just as fucked up. That's
Fuck yeah. That's how you know it's meant to be. That's how like friendship works.
Friendship, like if we're not sending fucked up videos to each other, or like I can't send you a picture of my butthole, like we're not bros.
No, for real.
Like I love sending terrible photos to my bros and ruining their day.
No, literally. I like sending like fucked up jokes and shit. Sometimes people don't react well to them. Because my friend, dude, I was just texting in this group chat I'm in. I'm in a group chat with like my high school friend group, and like my ex is in it, which is a whole other thing. But he sent a text saying that like he was at Starbucks and the guy in front of him ordered warm milk, and he said, "Is this guy asexual?" And then I said, "That's the closest to cum he'll ever get." And they didn't like it.
That's
My
pretty good.
I thought it was hilarious.
That's pretty good.
My friends did not like it.
Yeah. You know what's a great move? Is trying to be ironically sexist in a group chat where no one
yes.
knows that you're being ironic. Because I've done that.
Well, do you know what's crazy? I will do that, and then people will be like, "Why are you being sexist?" I'm like, "I don't know if you knew this, but I'm a girl."
Ironically sexist is like one of my favorite jokes because
Yes.
like sexism, like I feel like for our generation, sexism's like a little past
Yeah.
what it was just 20 years ago because we were raised in a generation where like most of our principals and teachers and like a lot of the authority figures in my life were women. So I was raised in a time where women, like my doctor was a woman. The most important authority figures in my life were always women growing up,
Yeah.
just as much as men. So I didn't know that. Like you don't know the history until you're older. So you just treat women like when the people who were Gen Z people, it never. Like we didn't see a lot of that in our thing, so we didn't really develop that. Oh, a woman can't do this.
Yeah, and it's just like a bit kind of.
It's ironic.
Well, it's weird because like I feel like a lot of the positions we interact, because a lot of like teacher jobs and like nurse jobs are historically like female dominated. I think,
Yeah.
but I think as
I thought teachers were, or I guess like high level, like college professors were women, is what I'm thinking.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
like. Because in I guess grade school teachers always been women, but high school and higher level school, it used to be all men.
Yeah, and now it's like women.
Yeah.
But like I feel like as I've gotten older is the only time I've experienced sexism, so I think I'm like comfortable making jokes about it because I'm like,
I mean, sexism definitely still exists.
oh yeah.
But being raised in this generation, it wasn't as prevalent, so it's more funny to like our generation than like the last.
Oh yeah. Well, even when people are like blatantly sexist to me, I'm like, that's funny. Like I'm like, are you joking?
Thank you very much.
Yeah. No, I've like flat out had people be serious when they say like women aren't funny, but the people who say it are like coke addicts. So I'm like, oh, this is hilarious coming from like you. Like it's like a whole thing.
Well, what's wrong when a coke addict says something right?
Hateful.
I've laughed at so many things you said. You know I'm kidding.
I know. I say hateful as a joke.
Well, I defend myself to ruin your joke.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do. I ruin jokes on this podcast.
Okay, Andrew Tate.
I come on this podcast and I make jokes and then I shut everyone else's jokes down to make it seem like I'm funnier.
Yeah. I go, hey, fuck you. I I anger people.
You know, we only have a couple minutes before we're hitting the hour here, but there is something I wanted to mention to you.
Yes.
Texting you to set up this thing. Do you have a problem letting someone else be the last text?
Yeah.
Do you have a problem?
I do, and it's a problem because here's the thing. I think
Why do you want to be the last text so bad?
I feel bad not doing it. I don't like leaving people on
but you were
red.
fucking with because you were doing it too, and I was trying to be the last.
I was noticing that because most of the time I befriend people who don't care. Like a lot of the people I'm friends with, like, do not give a shit. Like they'll be like fucking whatever. But I care very deeply about being the last person to text most times. And I noticed that you were doing it too. And I was like, fuck. Like there are only like a few people in my life who like I'm like, oh, they are the same way.
Well, I don't do it for everything. But like when I'm booking someone, like I'm trying to get someone to come into my podcast, I want to like seem like, you know, like, all right, great to see you. Like, can't wait till the podcast. See you tomorrow. And then I don't expect you to be like, see you tomorrow.
No, I literally do that for fucking everybody, and it's such an issue, and I hate doing it.
I do that for my girlfriend, and then for podcast scheduling or like professional texting.
Very fair. I do that with quite literally every single person I've ever met. Honestly, I feel like I do it less for professional things because I feel like for professional things I'm like, okay, fine. But if it's like with
I mean stand-up comedy.
Oh yeah, what like booking and stuff, I'm like, yeah, that like I'll it depends on the booking. Like I started talking to this one venue I'm trying to like plan a show, and like for that I'm like, okay, I'm fine not being the last text. But if I'm like friends with someone, I will make an active effort. And I have one friend back in Illinois who does the same thing. And usually if it's like there's two people doing it, it's like we'll figure it out. Like we'll reach a middle ground. This person doesn't let up, and so we'll just be texting like nonsense, like filler. Until finally I'm like, I can't.
Yeah,
like,
you gotta give up.
I gotta I'm letting it go.
This person must have had some terrible men in their life.
Oh, probably. Well, like she's a very sweet person, but a lot of people like.
And so have you probably because you can't if you can't just let the text message end. There is some man there's some man who never sent the last text.
Yup. Well, it's like it's definitely that, and because this girl is a comic too, and she's like super sweet. We're from like the same hometown. Like she's one of my like closest friends in Chicago. But like some of the men in comedy are like very mean to her. So I'm kind of like, okay, I see why we both are doing this. Like I understand. Like this is very stressful for both of us.
That's a funny way to like know that someone's had a terrible relationship in their past.
We're trauma bonding. You know, like that's how it is.
They dated a shitty texter.
Oh yeah. Well, because I pride myself on being a good texter, and I don't know why, but I always manage to find myself befriending horrible texters. Like, and it's so upsetting. Like my current boyfriend is like, sometimes he's great at texting, but sometimes it's like what are you doing?
You guys been together for a while.
We've been together. Oh God, what month? It's March. So I think like 10
you're counting
months.
You're counting months.
It's 10 months now, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're rubbing into that zone where like you don't have to be as good of texting. Where,
That's
like,
fair.
It depends, but you guys don't live together like me and my girlfriend, so
No.
it is a little different.
Yeah, well, because how long have you and your girlfriend been together?
Over 2 years, just a
Okay,
little
yeah.
over 2 years. But like, so, you know, if I'm doing something, I try to be a good texter. But like, I'm not gonna text you like when I'm at work, and then like I call her at lunch, say, "How's the baby doing?" But like.
Yeah. No, when we're both in Chicago, like when we're together, like it's like we're together pretty much like unless one of us is working, we're probably gonna be we see each other like every single day. I'll usually like stay with him when I'm back home, but then when I'm here, it's
scary.
Like scary.
Just fucking with you.
No, but when I'm at school, we're both kind of like doing our own thing, but I'm always just like I want to text.
Yeah, it's some real last text energy coming off of you.
I know. Some real last text energy.
Yeah. Oh man, that's all right. That's okay. I'm great at this. I'm so good at podcasting.
You are. You're better than me. I haven't even started yet, but I can tell you that
That's
already.
good. You should wait longer into your career so people care and you don't have 40 strangers from who knows where.
I think because we're like, the way we've planned it is like, we're just going to record a bunch of episodes when I go back for spring break and just edit them and release them like every 2 weeks and then do that again over the summer. So I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm hoping well.
Okay, it's been another. We're right at the end here, but I want to double check on this camera because we're at the point where the camera will reset because of my camera resets every 30 minutes and needs to be reclicked because of overheating purposes.
Oh, nice.
Because I'm great at podcasting.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go check on the camera and
Okay.
then we'll do a little outro and get on out of here.
Hell yeah, sounds good. I'm going to see how much John Brown is telling me to pay for this podcast set.
We're just we'll just do a little little outro. Some last text energy, that's fun.
That's me, the last text girl.
Yeah, that is interesting though, just off of the cuz as a when I was a freshman in college, I hung out with guys who didn't succeed with girls as much, and I was in my when I went to college, I had a girlfriend for the longest time in high school. We broke up before the summer, and I just went douche mode for a solid 18 months or so. I was giving douchebag advice to my friends, never send the last text. And that's that's real man, college man, douchebag, negging energy advice. That's sexism today, is never sending the last text.
That is true. Sexism is not sending the last. Yeah, honestly, I could see that.
Sorry, I wanted to get that out, but go ahead, tell anyone who's still here where to see you, and or where to check you out on social media and stuff. And this will be coming out Monday, so
okay. If
you want to promote shows for the next couple weeks, go ahead and do that.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm on Instagram, hannahb.elmont. It's just Hannah Belmont with the dot between the B and the E, because there's other people named Hannah Belmont, I guess. Oh god, what am I doing? I'm gonna be in Chicago that next weekend. I'm doing the show called Gift of Gab at the Lincoln Lodge on Saturday the 11th at 9 p.m. Is that the 11th? Something like that. Yeah. And then I'm hosting that one, and then I'm going to be doing a bunch of other shows in Cleveland and Chicago. Hopefully soon I'll have my own podcast. It's probably going to be called the Silly and Goofy Podcast with Hannah Belmont and Mike Caceres, but I don't know if that's actually going to be the name.
Silly Goofy Moods.
Some Silly Goofy Moods. But yeah, something like that. But yeah, check me out on Instagram. You can find all my shows and stuff there. I think that's all I have to promote.
Awesome. Well, Duke Watson Comedy on TikTok, Duke Watt 27 on Instagram, Duke Watson anywhere else. You're already on the podcast, so I'm not going to tell you where to find the podcast. I have a show on Thursday this week at the Vortex Concert Club. It's a March Mini Fest put on by the All Circles Media, and they have it's comedy followed by live music, rap music, and then a full bar. So go ahead, come out, do that. $10 tickets, 7 p.m. on the 9th of March. Yep. That's what's happening. Thank you guys for listening. This has been the Duke It Out podcast. We're the best podcast in Cuyahoga Falls T-shirt shop. I've said that 3 times today, and that's going to be I made that up today. That's the slogan from now on. Oh, yeah, 100%.
That's a good slogan.
Yeah, thank you.
Get that on a T-shirt.
Yeah. I can't afford T-shirts.
Okay, fair. Get that on a bucket hat. How much are I'll ask that after the podcast.
Thank you for coming on today. It was
Thank
great.
you for
Had a blast
having
having
me.
you. Yeah, we'll have to have on again sometime soon.
Hell yeah.
All right.
We did it.